Hi everyone, my name is Jess, and today I wanted to talk about Storybird. I am a ELA teacher in a partial hospitalization program. I work with kids with moderate to severe behaviors on the high school age. In my program, a lot of our kids are pretty low in literacy. I want to say highest in is about fourth grade level in reading. So I really struggle with finding ways to inspire the kids at this point in their lives to become interested in reading and writing. It can be really hard once you reach a certain age. So I've been exploring alternative ways versus books, which they don't have the attention spans for. Just trying to keep up with the modern child, if you would. So I wanted to explore Storybird a little bit more. I am familiar with Storybird to an extent. I have an account for 10 years ago, apparently. And it was not as in depth back then as I am finding it to be now, which is interesting. Um, but I suppose that's technology for you. So, Storybird is a ELA tool focused on visual storytelling. They use original art pieces to inspire young creators to create picture books, comics, long form chapter books, poetry, and flash fiction. They also offer a writing curriculum now with over 600 lessons, quizzes, and writing prompts that are created by experienced educators, and they align with Common Core educational standards. You can write, you can read, work, and then they have the activities which break down by basic writing, creative writing, thematic compositions, children's songs, and leveled reads, which I was exploring earlier and looked pretty interesting. So when it comes to writing, as I stated before, they have category options. They can make it as simple as picture books, long form writing, which is when we get into our chapter books, comics, flash fiction, and poetry. And like I said, they already have the artwork here for the students, so they don't have to go looking for it, which if you've ever dabbled in writing online, you know it can kind of be a task to find your own illustrations for maybe like your cover art, because or if you're not artistic, like drawing your own cover art, like a lot of things get trademarked, so you don't want to get in any like trouble along the way. But you can upload your own artwork pieces on here as well, but for the most part, they provide all of that for them, so they don't have to worry about it. They can read other creations on here. You're able to save them to like a library for later reads. You can heart it, comment on it, kind of like the. It follows the same parameters I think as anything on social media would these days. And they have various topics, right? Body dysmorphia, bullying topics, which is a huge one. They even have some that kind of dabble in the world of math, multiplying and shapeshifting monsters, right? Which, and that's just in the picture books. You still have the long form writing, and we still have comics, flash fiction, and poetry. But you can even assign these things to students to read, right? And then the activities, they're by grade level, which I really appreciate, like grades 1 to 2, 1 to 6, 1 3rd through 4th. And they broke it down in like basic writing skills, which I think is important because some kids, well, I'm finding that some kids don't know what verbs are, or adverbs, or adjectives. Um, Creative writing, if you want to challenge kids a little bit more. And once again, even this is still broken down by grade level. They even have a song lyrics one, which I think is really awesome because most of our kids are interested. Like music tends to be really big. Music and video games tends to be really, really big with kids these days. Children's songs, if they want to get really, really creative. Leveled reads, which are broken down. Like you got grades kindergarten, and they're all picture books to keep kids engaged. Kindergarten, grades 1 through 3, 4 through 7, and then we get into our older long form reads for grades 11 through 12. And there are different activities in there as well, and they do come with how-to guides that you can look through, show your students as well. So when it comes to writing, just to look at it from an example, you would pick an art piece, and then you can put together a comic strip using those art pieces, as long as it's free, of course, because it's all broken down into what you can use based on memberships. But if we dive into the memberships aspect, they do have for the basic plan, which is free. There's an individual plan, and then there's a school plan. I'm not sure. It doesn't say anything about the cost of a school plan, but they do break it down by one teacher, 10 students, and I guess they could just pay for more after that. But